Oh, I don't know, Uncle. I'm screen sharing the presentation, but
No, maybe you're sharing only. Let me go and see the YouTube channel, how it is coming up.
okay, now it's working. I'll start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hi everyone. My name is Hansini.
And my name is Anagha.
And for today, we're gonna be learning about we'll also be learning about expression and grammar as well. So yeah, I introduced my name.
My name is Anagha, and I am in 11th grade as well.
Stories have a beginning, a middle, and an ending. So you could see in the train, you see three compartments, right? The beginning is in the front. The middle is in the middle only, so it's not front beginning, a middle. Make us think and imagine, and stories help us learn new words, and stories are fun to share with friends. So that's why. So when telling a story, listen to the story carefully. So remember the main parts. Who are the characters? What happens first? What happens next? And how does it end? So we could see the picture on the side, right? The story elements. So we could see that first it's the characters. Who is the story about? And then the setting, like where is it taking place? For example, we have the house, right? So it's taking place at the house. The problem is the issue or challenge that the character is having like, oh, what happened to the character? Are they're sad, right? So what's the problem? Solution is how the challenge or issue is solved or fixed. Like, oh, the character is happy now, so that was the solution, right? They're good, they're solved, it's fixed. The events are the important things that happen in the story. Like, okay, I went to the store, I got ice cream, and I came back home, right? So the beginning, I went to the store, and then second, I got ice cream, and then third item is the stuff, the story. So here's an example story about the clever rabbit and the lion. You could see the picture. So here are the characters. You could see the lion and you could see the rabbit. So I'll tell you a story about it. So long ago, a lion in the forest was troubling all the animals. He hunted too many and the animals were scared. They made a deal each day. One animal would go to the lion as food. And then in the middle of the story, one day it was the rabbit's turn. The rabbit was small and walked too slowly. On the way, he saw a deep well. He thought of it as a clever plan to trick the lion. Next, the rabbit finally reached the lion. The lion was angry, but he is the real king. The lion became furious and shouted, "Take me to him." The ending. The rabbit led the lion to the well and said, "Look inside. The other lion is there." The lion saw his own reflection in the water, thought it was another lion, and jumped in. He never came out again. The animals were free. Characters. Right, yeah. The lion troubles all the animals. Lion, right? So that was, and then he made the lion angry and said, the rabbit said he met another lion. And then the lion became very angry when he found out. So that's what happened next. And then in the ending, the rabbit led the lion to the well, and the lion jumped inside the well, right? So that's the happy ending. The rabbit and the other animals are happy now, okay? They're um they're free from the lion, so that's a good ending. So our lesson is intelligence is stronger than strength, okay? Yeah. That's the story. So let's look at this picture. Do you see the boy flying a kite? Yeah, that's who you see in the picture. What is he doing? He's flying a kite, right? He's holding the kite, he's flying it. And what do you think happens next? I think you could be anything. I'll say the boy gives the kite. The character is the boy. What is the boy doing? He's flying the kite. And what happens next? He gives it to his sister. So it's not a story, but it has a pattern of what is happening. It has the characters, the beginning, the middle, and the end. Okay, so that's important to also visualize whenever you read a storybook or anything. So story building. Can you all think or talk with your classmates? What do you think is happening in this picture? I'm gonna give you 10 seconds. Here's what I think. You see the boy eating the ice cream, right? He's eating the ice cream. He's happy eating the ice cream. But then his friend dropped his ice cream and his friend is sad, right? So let me make up a story. The boy and his friends went to the ice cream store to get ice cream. They were walking outside, and the boy with the ice cream, let's call him Bill, okay? So Bill was eating ice cream, but then his friend, let's call him Joe, and Joe dropped his ice cream, right? So Bill was able to get his ice cream outside, and Joe dropped his ice cream. So that's unfortunately that's sad, but that's what happens. This is a example of a story. Hey, it could be the other way around too. You could say Bill maybe pushed Joe and Joe's ice cream fell. You could literally think of anything. Use your imagination. It's really up to you as well. So, since you guys listened so well, I have a story time video. You guys, in your head, you can think who are the characters, what are they doing, what's the beginning of the story, what's the middle of the story, and what's the end of the story, okay? I'll also explain it.
Aesop's tortoise and the hare. Like to race all the time. He raced every animal all the way down the line. Easily won every race, as he was the fastest there is, and always celebrated when he won, because every victory was his. Who wants to race me next? He asked his friends. I am the fastest animal on land. They all shook their heads no, but the tortoise raised his hand. I will race you, the tortoise said to the hare without fail, while his friends tried to stop him, but it was to no avail. You want to run against me? The hare laughed in his face. I will meet you at the starting line, where we will start the race. He did as he said, and walked to the front with care. I got this, said the tortoise to his friends, and followed the hare. There he saw the hare pick up a rock and throw it in the air. When the rock fell to the ground, the hare took off at top speed. The tortoise watched him calmly, then started running with ease. attacked on the tortoise, who was all the way down. The tortoise saw the hare take a nap and was sleeping just fine. So he ran as fast as he could to get to the finish line. His friends were all excited and told him to hurry. This woke up the hare, wondering about when he saw the tortoise was about to win, he started to run, trying his best to catch up, because if he lost, it would be no fun. Yet the tortoise crossed the finish line first, winning the race. The hare was too late and couldn't hide the disappointment from his face. The other animals celebrated the win and hoisted the tortoise in the air, while the hare learned that sometimes slow and steady wins the race, as the tortoise won fair and square.
Thank you guys for listening. So we could say there's a hare first, there's a fox, there's turtles, there's hedgehogs, there's animals, okay? So we know they are the characters. What happened in the beginning? Bill said he wanted to do it. And so that's one chunk of the beginning. Bill was able to finish the race. He made the hare tired. And then eventually, even though the rabbit was being mean and sleeping, the turtle still made it to the finish line. So in the middle, we could say the rabbit was lazy and doubted the turtle, as in he thought the turtle wouldn't win since he how do I say this? He has so much pride. He thinks he's better than everyone else, and that's not good, right? So then let's go to the ending. Yay, the turtle won the race, right? See, that's good. So the turtle won against the hare, even though the rabbit is faster than the turtle. So that moral say the slower and steady wins the race. So that's the moral of the story. And that's it for the story time part. Anaga can continue after this one.
Yes. So now we're going to talk about how to speak with expression. And to speak with expression is very important because we use it in our daily lives to show what emotion that we want our words to convey. In order to speak with expression, vary your tone by adjusting pitch, pace, and volume, and use deliberate pauses to emphasize, which means make more important, the keywords and allow the audience to process the information. You can do this also by using facial expressions, such as the ones in the picture. Here are some phrases with expression. I won a competition, I'm so happy. This one is conveying happiness, and you have to say it with an upbeat kind of tone. The second one is, I'm so sorry I missed your birthday. That one's kind of sad, so you have to say it in a sad tone. The wilted flowers in the vase mirrored her fading hopes. This one is kind of melancholic, or a little, it's not sad, it's more descriptive. So you have to be mindful of what you're describing. Then you have my Italian mother is very expressive while talking, always using her hands and facial expressions. This is describing someone, and it's kind of almost like a complaint, but it's not very much. So take note of how I varied my tone for the way I said each of the sentences, and that's kind of what the term phrases with expression means. So I have a short video about expression and intonation. Rising and falling intonation. Intonation is how our voice goes up or down when we talk. There are two kinds of intonation. Rising intonation when our voices go up, and falling intonation when our voices go down. Let's see when to use them. We use the rising intonation when we ask yes or no questions. That means questions we can answer with a yes or a no. For example, do you like pizza? This is a question you answer with a yes or a no. When you say rising intonation, your voice starts at a normal level and then goes at the end. Do you like pizza? Are you hungry? Falling intonation. We use falling intonation when we say a statement or ask a WH question. WH questions are questions with who, when, what, where, why, and how. For example, I love my family. This is a statement. That's why we used falling intonation. When you say falling intonation, your voice starts at a normal level and then goes down at the end. I love my family. What is your name? Now let's play a game. I will say a sentence, and you tell me if my voice is up or down. The answer is up or rising intonation. What is your favorite color? What is your favorite color? The answer is down, falling intonation. How old are you? How old are you? The answer is down, or falling intonation. Is it raining outside? Is it raining outside? The answer is up, or rising intonation. Rising and falling intonation.
Annika, do you want to talk about the speaking side?
Yeah, sorry. For now, speaking with logical sequence, understand with your message. This is kind of similar to what Huntony was talking about with speaking in order. So typically you can use words like first, second, and third and fourth. I have a quick video about the logical sentence adverbs as well to help solidify the concept. From flight, on my way to job site. Earn 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels on ASTravel.com. Supply.
Hey, I'm about to tell you what I did yesterday morning. And I want you to tell me what is wrong with the language I use. What is missing from the story? Why don't my sentences flow correctly? Okay, here we go. I woke up at 8 a.m. yesterday morning. I made my bed. I brewed a coffee. I checked my email. Eggs and toast. I took a shower. I got dressed for work. I kissed my wife. I went to work. What's wrong with the sequence of events I just told you? What is missing? Think. I am missing sequence. Then, next, after that, and finally. You use sequence adverbs when telling a story. First, I saw a shadow. Then, I heard a roar. Next, I saw a giant creature behind the bushes. After that, I saw a paw waving at me. Finally, I realized my Uncle George was dressed as a lion. You also use sequence adverbs when giving instructions. First, you drive down Mott Street. Then, you turn right on Thielen. Next, you make a left on Jefferson. After that, you go straight on Jefferson for 3 miles. Finally, you'll see the adverbs when then you pour the water in the mug. Next, you put the tea bag in the mug. After that, you add some sugar. Finally, you let the water cool for 1 minute and sip your cup of tea. Using sequence adverbs is important because they create a logical flow that a listener or reader can follow. Without these words, it is easy for a listener or reader to get lost. So here's your mission. Write about your morning routine, including at least 10 steps. Yes, 10 steps. First I wake up, then I blah blah, next I blah blah. You get the point. Don't let anyone see what you write. Keep this information top secret. Then turn in your answers to the teacher. Your teacher will read the morning routine of each student, and the class will guess whose routine the teacher is reading. You have 5 minutes to write your routine. Go.
Okay, so you don't have to do the homework he said about the 10, but I think rather at the end of the lesson, I want you to start thinking about maybe 3 things you can say using the order of things you do in a day or your morning routine. So here's a little bit more information. The coherence or the togetherness is achieved by building on each point in a chronological structure, whether through the chronological order, a cause and effect relationship, a problem solution structure, or a topical hierarchy, which is just an order of like most powerful to least powerful. And using structural cues like numbering points such as first and second, and providing previews of your main points can help guide listeners and enhance their comprehension and retention of the information. So for the chart there, you could say first I woke up late. Then I got ready for school. After I rode my bike to school. And later I saw people outside. So sometimes you can use different words like that in order to create the chronological order that makes sense.
And we don't really have any homework for you guys today, but just maybe recall what we've been doing during the class, and maybe practice with you and your classmates later throughout the week. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the end of our class. I hope you guys able to teach you this to you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you everyone. Have a great day. Take care.